Picture this. Let's say you're invited to your South Asian friend's house for dinner, and as soon as you walk in, you say, "Oh, it smells amazing in here. Did you guys make curry?" Basically, a verbal bombshell that might make the host feel very uncomfortable and that might make you look very limited in your knowledge. But don't worry, in today's video, we're going to talk about things that you should not say to a South Asian.
Number one, stereotypical assumptions. So people think that South Asians eat spicy curry every day, although curry is a big part of our tradition and it's delicious. But not everybody likes curry, and especially curry which is spicy. There's also this stereotype that the career professions that suit South Asians are mostly doctors, lawyers, engineers, and all of that. But while there are some who have succeeded, especially in the US, in those fields, there are also a lot of people who are successful in fields like sports, business, arts, and other creative fields. People think that South Asians are very stingy with money and they love bargaining. They also think that South Asians do a lot of arranged marriages. While this may be true for some people, it does not apply to all of them. Number three, mispronunciation and mockery of names. So I have lived in the US for almost 10 years now, and there are still people who come up to me and be like, "Hey, I cannot pronounce your name. What is the right way to do that?" And that I totally appreciate it. But there are some people who don't even try, and then there are some people who shorten your name. For example, if a person's name is Siddharth, if someone says, "Oh, can I call you Sid?" But you have to ask the person because they may not want their name to be shortened, right? So just because you're not able to pronounce their name doesn't mean that they want their names to be shortened. So I would say, not just for South Asians, but for people around the world, I think everybody should make that at least a little bit of an effort to pronounce the name correctly. Number four, colonial language and power dynamics. So I can give you an example. Let's say you work for a company that is trying to expand to international markets, and you attend a conference where people are just discussing strategies, and someone says, "Oh, we want to tap into the exotic markets in India and bring the oriental flair when we advertise this thing in Asia." So all of these things, you won't realize it until you say it, but these language permeate everyday conversations and does not give a good impression of your company. Especially in business meetings, they say, "Oh, let's outsource our customer service to Bangalore. People work for pennies up there and you can find very cheap labor in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and all of that." So while it might be true that you will find cheap labor, but the way you said it makes all the difference. Everybody is equal, so you don't want to apply that the countries that are in South Asia are less or more in any shape or form. Number five is exoticism. So I have seen many people when they are traveling in South Asia, they keep this hashtag like exotic India, exotic Nepal. We're in this land of spirituality and, the culture is so vibrant and sensual. And, I've heard even people saying that girls from South Asia are very exotic, their beauty is exotic and all of that. So this exoticism is something that I don't think most South Asians appreciate. And just because another culture or another place is so different than the culture that you grew up in, it does not necessarily mean that it has to be called exotic. So make sure try not to use that word time and again. Number six, assumption about immigration status. So sadly, still there are a lot of people who think that just because you look a certain way and you talk a certain way, you might not belong to America or you might be coming from a different country. So let's say you go to a party, you're a South Asian, and if people ask you "Hey, where are you from?" and you say, "Oh, I'm from Chicago," and they will be like, "Oh, by the way, where are you originally from?" So this question, where are you originally from, is something that I'm sure all the immigrants can relate to. And sometimes during professional settings, your English is really good. I've also heard people say "Oh, your English is very excellent. How long have you been in this country?" Whereas, I might have been raised in an environment where I spoke English all the time. English might be my second language. I might have gone to English speaking school right from my kindergarten, although I was born and raised in South Asia, right? So never assume that just because someone is from South Asia or from a different country, their English will be very bad, and someone's proficiency in English language does not determine their intelligence and is also not an indicator of their birth country or where they're from. So making assumptions about people and their identity just based on their English proficiency, I don't think is a smart choice. Number 7, colorism and skin tone remarks. So let's say you attend a South Asian wedding and the bride looks beautiful and you say something like, oh, she's very fair for an Indian, or if you say, oh, she's very pretty for a dark-skinned girl, these things automatically show that you have preferences for only lighter skin tones, and it outright shows that you are doing colorism, and those remarks are not appreciated. India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, all of these countries are so diverse and have like so many different environments, topographies, and different types of people. Some look very Mongolian, some have very Aryan features. You should not make assumptions about a person's nationality just based off of their skin color. So here's the thing, it's not about what you should not say, but it's about what you can say instead. Instead of making assumptions, try to show genuine curiosity, because I think that goes a long way and it shows that you are interested in knowing a person rather than, where they come from or making assumptions about their preferences and cultures and whatnot. Instead of resorting to stereotypes, celebrate the individuality of each person, because every person is unique and have very different lived experiences, even if they might be from the same part of the world, or even if they are from the same country. In South Asia, everybody has been through different experiences in their lives, so please respect that. With a little bit of awareness and a lot of empathy, we can definitely turn these cringeworthy moments into memories and meaningful connections. If you have any questions related to communication, feel free to ask those in the comments. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.